evening, guys, and welcome to another stream with Low Hours. And we are, for once, actually not doing too bad. Although I've just noticed one of my lights aren't currently working for some reason. Typical. Just give me one moment. I just need to troubleshoot what's going on with that. There is always something in one of my streams. The day that these actually run smoothly is the day that I will be surprised. I literally thought I had everything sorted, and I almost did. Just literally one thing, as always, lets me down. Okay, we should be back. We should be live and direct. I'm hoping the sound is alright. And it sounds like it is, so I'm going to go with the fact it is on all platforms. I am monitoring it on my iPad in the corner, just to try and make sure that if anything does start to go down, that I'm at least a little bit aware of it. As usual, if you want to chat in the main chat. This stream is only being streamed on two platforms today. Only on when we stream GTA, we will be streaming to an additional platform that I can't mention because Twitch don't allow me to. But essentially, yeah, wherever you want to watch us, we are live on two platforms today. And you check the about description for details of where we stream and the details of that. So today we are in Dune Awakening. Yes, we have brought back Dune Awakening. The game is actually working better than it used to, and as you can see, this is our deep desert base. So I am in the deep desert. This is our deep desert base that we have to build every week. Yes, that's because in the deep desert, nothing lasts forever and everything gets wiped once a week. So effectively, we use a blueprint thing that was broken. It's now fixed, so it means it makes building this a lot easier. We effectively take a blueprint of a copy of exactly what we've got here. I've got like 30 copies of the original, and we can then literally place each week with one of those copies, and then we just basically fill it all in. We just need to bring out all the resources. One of the other things that they've done recently as well is the assault ornithopter now has a much bigger capacity. It used to be 1,000, but we've now gone up to 2,000. Makes it 10 times easier when we're trying to, well, twice as easy at least, to bring stuff into the deep desert. So where I was having to do at least 4 trips just to bring out all of the base stuff, like literally just the raw ingredients to make the base and all of the machinery that's in it. Used to take me 4 runs, it now takes me 2. So that's a massive improvement because, yeah, it's quite worrisome having to store it and obviously then bring it back out and take it out every week. So having to only do it 2 runs is a lot better. I can't wait until they bring out the container and we can then use the container to literally just do 1 run. I'm not sure how big this container is going to be, but I hope it's like super sized, because at the end of the day guilds are crying out for it, because you know, for me, my base is moderate. You know, it's good for a single player, very good for a single player, I guess, because it's got everything I need. However, for a guild, they want a much probably bigger base for the bases I've seen. And yeah, for them, they're obviously to build that base is going to require a lot more stuff. I know there'll be more people building it, but still, you know, it's still more trips rather than just one person bringing out everything and then everyone then help them build it. you'll probably find guilds are kind of doing, one person running while another person's building, and etc, because it's just so much. But it's a lot better now that we've got the bigger capacity in the ornithopter for the assault. Roll on the next improvement, I guess. I do still have some problems with Battle Eye, or I think it might be still Battle Eye, I don't know. I do get the odd network issue at the moment, I've recently noticed. Battle Eye isn't a thing that's necessarily moaning, but I think it could be caused by Battle Eye. I'm hoping the improvements I've made towards the GTA, which now, touch wood, appear to be almost resolved. So I'm experiencing less issues than I was with Battle Eye now, at least in GTA. This game, I don't know, it still has some issues, and that obviously does make me nervous when going into the deep desert and knowing that the worm can come and wipe me out and take literally, I'd lose everything that I had on me at that point, including an ornithopter or anything else like that. So I am very kind of apprehensive about that part of it still, but we'll see over the weekend, because I'm going to do some quite extensive testing over the weekend and see whether or not it does improve. But I did do some testing last weekend, which is what prompted me to come back to the game to see whether or not they'd fixed some of the major issues that I was having, and it does appear to be. So that's kind of like why I wanted to bring back the streams for Dune, but I obviously wanted to keep GTA going as well. So that's why we're now going to be doing GTA on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and we'll do Dune Awakening on a Tuesday and Thursday, which we are at today. So what we're going to be doing today, well, we've obviously built the base, so I don't really need to do anything for that. One thing I'm actually in the middle of doing at the moment is I'm trying to create the remaining, or build the remaining components for an assault ornithopter. So one thing we can do is we can go out and do some like mining, but I'm not 100% sure whether that's really good content for you guys, because watching someone kind of mine stuff isn't the most entertaining. But there is one feature that I would like to show you, which I think is pretty good now, and that is the fact that you can now switch between driving and any of the other seats simply by pressing the F keys, which this was a big bugbear of most people, especially soloers, that you couldn't just switch between seats in a vehicle. Now you can do that, so that's really like one good thing that I actually love, because that was a bit painful. Like, I wasn't too bothered by it, if I'm not honest, because you can just like press or they might have removed that now, but you used to have to press that kind of huddle key, and you'd be able to switch it from that. It's one extra move, and it obviously it's nowhere near as fast, but it wasn't too much of an issue. But I am glad that they've changed it, and now you can just literally switch very easily from one to the other, with real good ease. So one thing I thought we will do, because I haven't done it for ages and I don't really know how good I am going to be doing it anymore, but I thought we'd go and do some of the actual labs in the deep desert, because they are quite fun to do, and it's been a while since I've done it, so it'll be interesting to see what's changed, because they have made a lot of mechanical changes to various different things, and I just want to see whether or not any of that affects any of the PvE, and at the same time you can try and make some money as well from selling some of the stuff. And I think there's some other things that we could look at as well, like picking up some of the components and see whether you can repair them, and see whether that patch has come out at the moment that actually will stop you from repairing stuff through what is kind of like a glitch in the game, but well, it certainly wasn't intended for how players are using it, but it is very well known that almost everyone across across the game is using it or has been using it. Not that Lou knew this. Like, I obviously clearly missed that memo, but yes, apparently there's an exploit that people have been using to repair all their stuff for free, and it literally makes anything and everything brand new. So, very interesting, but it is what it is. Is that? Okay, cool. I thought that was just seen a big shadow come across, and normally that means a sign of a storm about to hit. I am trying to real feel my way around this as well, because I am very much out of practice of playing Dune Awakening, because it basically got to a point where I just got really annoyed trying to play it all the time with the constant clicks and stuff. Bit jumpy. I was thinking they're not. Oh, is that gonna kick? But it's not. You're still looking good. So this is our first run. I'm doing it back to front because one is like the other side, so we're on station 6, I think. I think we've got 6 stations. I can't even remember how many stations are. I think there are 6. 2 in this sector, and then 2 in the other 2 sectors, so the 3 sectors or main areas. And I can't see anyone. Oh, I can. Tell you a lie, I can. Oh, I haven't got my shield on. I've only just realised, like, that's how bad I am at playing this game, or how long ago since it was played that game, because I forget. Oh yeah, you have shields in this game. I really do feel like so out of practice playing this. It's gonna be a bit of a just Lou die. I do feel that bad at playing it. Guy with the Gatling gun. I remember you, boy. Pressed it. I just realised it. It's a secret button. What I was trying to remember is how I do, like, prone. It's been that long, I can't even remember what the button is for prone. I believe I wasted spice. Not that I have tons of spice food, it's not that I'm worried about it. It's more the fact that the more you use it, the more you kind of become immune to it. that you should reserve it for PvP play, but every time I've ever used it, it's not for PvP play. It's purely because I've hit a button by mistake. And there's no way of cancelling it once you're in the psycho mode, as I would refer to it as. Spice mode. Yeah. It's been that long since I've done it, but I'm sure there's something down there that I can pick up. Also from yesterday's stream I did increase the music volume just slightly, hopefully enough that it doesn't drown out the game, but also that you can't hear it other than when like you hear nothing in game. That seemed to be the only time in GTA at least that you could actually hear the music, when there's like literally nothing going on in the game. Like more containers than we've seen so far. Probably are, but I just can't remember where they are. And I'm not seeing them. Okay, I think that is this area clear. On to the next. We're about to go to. But we'll do it. It's that like middle room with like the bosses and stuff in. Well, they're not bosses I guess, but it's just a room that locks itself, and it has certain characters that in an ideal situation you'd prefer to probably not have to confront all at once. You'd like to grab a couple of them or a few of them at one point, rather than literally go in there and you'll just get swamped by them all. Drop some of the stuff that we've got. Heavy stuff. They can come in here, they can go in here. No. Any of the stuff I'm really not too bothered by. They're just heavy generally. What would if I lose any of that stuff? If we do get trapped in the room and I have to leave stuff, I'd rather drop Like, I'll probably just grind it anyway. It'd be good practice. I think we're good on this way first. Even though I used to technically go down the middle, but I kind of recently changed it just as I'd started finishing playing it anyway. Open sesame. Game still likes to cheat, I noticed. Like how you can, I suppose there is a small chance that if you get hit with a big strike that you can ignore it. Is the best way to say it, but happens far too much of NPCs. Noticed all that weird effect. That's kind of like the after effect you get after using spice or eating it, or actually activating it, I suppose, because it's not eating it. It looks like this place has recently been cleared out, or actually is it? I can't remember what's it. Is there normally someone in this area? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, there is normally someone in this area. I'm not going to pick up any of that because, well, I do remember I've got tons of it. So I tend to like just pick up the stuff that I need. Right, you go up this, where these will come on. This might have been cleared, either that or around the corner. I'll soon find out because I want to go around there anyway because there's a chest around there. I used to try and avoid them, but I then hadn't realised that this chest is here and I'd be missing some thermal coolers. I've noticed since I've come back though to Dune that the player base is even worse than it was, so less people, and the market's almost dead. Literally, it's like hardly anyone's selling anything. So I don't know what it's like being able to sell stuff, but it doesn't give me much hope. I wonder if they fixed the this part. Looks like it's in. Okay. Looks like it's clear. Someone must have only recently run this. It means I don't have to take out all the stuff. I will not complain about that. Make my life easier. Oh, well, that was an easy run. There's nothing here to kill. And got everything we need. So that's it. That's this particular section done. On to our 3rd place. I'm not doing bad for timing. It normally takes about an hour to get through all of them. I'm just under or over depending on whether or not we die in any of these places. Go to the next area, which is just literally into the next section. This is where I would sometimes go back to the base to drop stuff off, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna store everything in the helicopter and try to remember to set my spawn point when I get out of the helicopter, so that if I do die that I spawn by the helicopter. But if not, I can always spawn back at the base and use the assault copter to get back. You can tell I'm like really out of practice for flying the helicopter as well. Trying to force it too much. Over this. Just. So, hope you're all having a good week anyway, and welcome back to the Dune Awakening experience. Next week what we'll do is we'll go and do some deep desert running and do some spice running after I've confirmed over the weekend whether or not we have like any major issues with being disconnected from the game and stuff, either by from BattleEye or what could be a different issue, because the issue that I'm actually seeing at the moment appears to be a network issue, but I don't understand why it's experiencing it, so I might just have to investigate more into it. Some of the fixes I've actually tried, which have resolved or appear to at least resolve the Grand Theft Auto issues, is related to clearing some network cache that the computer generally just grabs onto, especially Windows machines. So I've spent quite a bit of time working out how to clear some of this stuff without actually having to do literally a Windows wipe to do it. So it appears to have improved things. Whether or not that's related to some of the things I've seen in Dune, I don't know, but I think it's just going to have to be a case of continuously troubleshooting and finding possible other solutions. Weird notification. Just need to clear it. I can't even remember what's in this one. Oh, this is the one with the poison everywhere, isn't it? I think. Yeah. I need to keep remembering to turn the shield on. One of the mechanics they did change just before I had taken a break from the game was that when you get out your helicopter, it will automatically just turn off your shield if your shield was on before. That is a purpose mechanic, and I'm quite glad that they did do that, because I hadn't realised, but that was one of the issues I was experiencing when I was in my early days of doing the spice running. I kept wondering why my shield would turn on after getting out of the helicopter, not realising that, well, I'd left my shield on, and when you're in the helicopter and get back out, obviously it didn't disable, so I was getting into the deep desert and things like the shield would turn on and literally aggro a worm. So yeah, I am glad that they have taken that off, although it's just now remembering to have to turn it on, especially when you need it, rather than just assume it's always on. It looks like this has been cleared, so this could be a very fast run again. Nothing there, let's go. Someone's definitely been here because the chests are open, so someone has literally very recently been through it. Now, there's not normally something in this room, but I'm always wondering whether or not they might spawn a chest in this room, so I'll always quickly just glance it just to see if there is, but it looks like there isn't.
Can be recognized.
Oh, a dart. I was actually surprised to actually see anyone in here, considering like. Because normally all the other rooms would have people in, and it's like, when you get to this part and there's like someone there, I'm like, oh, doesn't make sense. Maybe the person hadn't got this far and died, I don't know. Whoa! Where did they come from? They literally come out of nowhere and give me right out my skin then. I think there is actually someone just on the other side of it, but maybe that was them. I'm sure they had a gun. Go on there. That's, I think, all of the chests around here. I'll always call them chests, but I know there probably is another name that you're supposed to call them in Dune. What can I say? I'm not a well player, but I have played plenty of other RPGs that are, you know, where chests rarely are what you get in the loot out of. Here it's, I don't know, boxes maybe. Did we leave the main? Yeah, we did leave the main area, didn't we? It's in an open area. Feels like we've run through that place far too fast. I question whether I've actually got everything I'm supposed to get out of there. Okay, on to the next. The one thing I do need to do for those people on YouTube is I do need to get the bots to be able to join the YouTube channel, because at the moment I have changed bots and the new bots probably can't join because I haven't set up permissions for it to be able to join. So I think at the moment it's currently only on Twitch, so sorry for those people that are on YouTube at the moment, but I have got an improved bot which will interact better with you, and there's more commands and things that you can do with it, so hopefully it's a better experience for you. Oh, quite light, not too much. I'll drop off some of those blueprints, I guess. Everyone else can stay. If you noticed, I do kind of drop off those main components, like mainly the like blue building components. I can't even remember what they are now. I think you get far too many of them in game. Like, even for the fact that you do actually use significantly more for tier 6 building, you still don't use as much as you can gain through doing PV runs. Like, you only have to do one run and you could probably do enough for like a whole build. And what I mean by a whole build is like several components to build what an assault copter or something like that. It's like it is a bit silly just how much. And it's these blue ones here, like that one is there. Particle capacitor and the advanced Sturbooks. Both those two items you get far too easy in this game. That many that I used to despawn them, but now I sell them to an NPC in like Harko village. You don't get much, but you get an extra 1,000 Solari, which is better than a kick in the teeth. These. I'm not gonna build like I'm not gonna get tons of batteries because I actually did a little battery run around my base, so I'm not gonna specifically pick up batteries, but those small little battery things were worth picking up just so we can be able to make them. Oh, I've got no water on me. Please don't stop. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I just need to remember to pick up things. Pick up water when I see it. It's because when I moved to the big deep desert to get my base initially started off, I bring out some water containers and then drop all in the main base container so that I've got stuff that I can initially make stuff with. Which allows me to make filters and stuff like that for the water capture. Yeah, and even though that's been running for a day now, like now loads of water stored, I haven't filled it back up in my containers. So yeah, my containers are currently empty on me, which is not the best, but wow, there's two in there. Like all hiding there. Weird. Chase me like normally do. my reload button is different than in GTA, and I keep going to press the GTA version of it, which is why I'm like, come on, reload, and then realize, oh, got the right button. Selected. I think I also totally keep forgetting about those. The games is just like so different. Gotta remember, you've got special abilities, you've got shields. Like a year removed from GTA.
Shields up.
There was literally no one there, and that thing just spawned
Where's
right.
backup?
I watched the B-play. Been that long since I've done it. It's like there was like 3 or 4 in there last time I came here. It's way feels like there's not as many NPCs as there normally is in this area. Batteries. I think the batteries will take the recharger. Get the water. At the moment, life's edge with water available. And I need it. We'll take that. Only because we might be able to repair it to run new if they haven't fixed that patch yet, or they haven't implemented the patch yet. I'm not sure if they brought out the latest patch yet that has the fix in that takes away the ability to make things brand new again. We'll find out. So for now, I'll pick up all the stuff that I would normally not pick up because, well, effectively it's that damage that not really worth keeping it. But now that I've got this new way of knowing that, yeah, until this new fixed patch comes out, that I will be able to repair any of this stuff and make it brand new again, which is a complete game changer. And normally I wouldn't have used an exploit, but as virtually the whole player base is doing it. Apart from the people that don't know about it, like I was one of them. So that's the 4th one done. Actually, we haven't done the 4th one. I've just realised we missed a room. This time we actually have missed one. I didn't go left. I'm pretty sure I didn't go left. Did I? Actually, no, I did. No, we did. We have done it. Sorry. I just realised we didn't go through and do the other side. I should be able to. I'll just make this stable. Let's check. Yeah, we did pick it up because we've got the pins there. No, I'm not very good. Oh, I am. Now, I'm going to dip down. Oh, my fire is so dodgy compared to where it was. I had a very accomplished fire. So I stopped playing this game and I've come back and I'm still competent, but not as competent.
somehow I lost too much momentum, and then once you do that and you're as low as I was to the ground, then there's just like no way of covering it. I'm actually surprised I actually remember where all the things are. It's not that long ago. I still remember where they are. Water's there, looking a bit low. Hopefully there's a drinking fountain around here somewhere. I think there's actually a drinking fountain through here. Probably should pick, like, got through a habit of not picking them up, but I should start picking them up. I just realised and forgot that I've actually got a gun that's quite thirsty for them now. Pick up that water, and the water thing is being used, so that isn't good. Hopefully there's another one somewhere. I've been, like, we're not dash straight yet, but we do need water, so. To be fair, there's only one place we need to go up this, and the run shouldn't take too long to run, so hopefully you've got enough water to do like that. You can't get any more water. The only thing is with this one and the last one we're going to go to, they're the most heavily done places because effectively they've got what players want the most. And that is some, like, what I call the sand one. And yeah, effectively that sand one is like, it has very good, obviously, stats, much better stats than like the standard ones, and effectively it has a very low worm aggro on it, which is the main reason why people want it, because the low aggro that's it. There's no one else down there. Yep, no one else down there. Yeah, so it's got very low aggro, but at the same time it's got a very high mining rate. I'm just wondering. It's anything when you start carrying everything. We can get rid of. We can get rid of batteries because I don't really need batteries. Obviously, don't need light darts. there's water. I need water. Whatever. Now we've got enough water. That should last us. Even if we can't get water in the next place, that should last us until we get to Harko Village. So that's this place done, I think. And I'm like, did we do the other side? I think we did the other side. Have a quick check. We haven't done the other side. Haven't been down here yet. Oh, I need room. That grass. Stop. Responsive belt. I don't like responsive belts anyway. Actually, I'll take the point of this one there. I'm only interested in the full ones. The responsive ones aren't really my preferred belt. I have a ton of them brand new now. Because I've been using the tricky to make them new. I've also noticed I might have put myself on the wrong side in both this game and GTA, because I thought I was going to put myself in a location on the screen that wasn't in the way, but if you notice now on that side you can see the text that's appearing as people are chatting. Not that this is a big thing for you because you're not really interested in what the locals are saying and anyone else that's speaking to me saying, but still it is in the way and I do find things like that annoying, so I might find myself moving myself to the other side of the screen in the same sort of location in the middle, because I've noticed in GTA I wouldn't be in a way, I don't think, from what I've seen there, and again in this game I haven't seen anything that's in that little area, so might be a better location for me to be. To the final place. So it's just down over here. Somewhere. It's over there. Press the wrong button. So out of practice. I was trying to hold the button which would just allow me to free look. And failed very badly doing it. Like not. So you can turn around. Finally worked out how to do it. Just as I took my break. So you can now look around but not affect like flying. So I used to do that, try and look around, which obviously changing how the ornithopter flies. Testing station number 37, which is testing section 1 on the map, grid 1.
Sector
And this
weather
is
alert.
this
A large
and the second
sandstorm
one is the one
approaching.
that 8 minutes. We should be able to get through it in 8 minutes. I hope we can get through it in 8 minutes. Depends on whether or not someone recently run this. If they have recently run it, then we should be able to just run through and grab the chest boxes. Looks clear. Well, I thought that was the last one. This, no one seems to run down here anyway, so I'm going to have to clear this area. This one is like, no one seems to like do the run that I do. So I always do this run because effectively what I'm doing is I'm doing this to make money off selling the thermal things, and there are quite a few thermal boxes or boxes that have the thermals in down there. Normally the guy like chases you. There he goes. Finally. Good time.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Enemy spotted!
Oh, gee. No, it's like I didn't have my shield on start with, but he also got through my stuff because I had no stamina left.
Enemy uncovered!
Not really annoying me. I hate the ones with like the stabby. Like how the hell did you do that? God, this game. You shouldn't be able to get out of it when you've literally been.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
The reason why I couldn't really attack him was because I had no stamina. Wow. I need to move some of my keys around. Why did like one of them end up in that? Before I pressed the same key that
Sector
seemed to bring
weather
up the map
alert.
a minute
A
ago,
large sandstorm is
and now it's
approaching.
not bringing up the map. Like, stupid. Just as I was fighting as well. Buggy bug.
Reveal yourself.
Get some water as well.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
4 minutes. Well, if the other side's clear, we should be able to do it before. I suspect the other side will be clear, because it usually is. I suspect it's clear because like this area normally has people in it as well, and there's no one here, so that's usually a good sign that people have been running it, just not the whole thing. They're just after the blueprint for the sand one, and because that only requires them to come this side, which is why this side is normally got no NPCs in it.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Got the other stuff. I think it's a lasso gun, but not the decent lasso gun, but just like a standard one. There we go. The sand one. So we definitely need to get rid of something.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is
Get
approaching.
rid of that. Don't need that or that. Just that we'll try and keep them down. Any more chests? Can't remember what all the chests are already, if I'm honest. But yeah, it looks like we have. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's hopefully get back out before that sandstorm hits, and we can get out of the deep desert to Haku village. So while I have been taking a break, I have been coming in the game periodically just to pay my taxes for my base that's in the basin.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Must be very close. Oh, there it is there. Oh, crap. Can we get out before it hits? Tight. Yeah, so I've been coming back into the game purely to pay my taxes so that my base doesn't get wiped while I wasn't playing the game. Obviously I have plenty of money, in-game money anyway, so paying the taxes wasn't really an issue for me. But obviously having to come in the game and pay them is a bit of a pain, but hey ho, if it meant keeping the base, that's what I have done. I know plenty of players who haven't done that and have lost their base as a result of effectively not paying their taxes and obviously just letting it run out, and then obviously then the security forces for His Royal Highness the Emperor come along and effectively wipe your base. And then once that happens and your shields and that go down, then obviously the desert does the rest. It's not quite like Deep Desert. Deep Desert, literally, it wipes anything that you leave in the Deep Desert every week. But anything in Haku Village will stay in Haku Village as long as you pay your taxes and stuff and you keep your shields up. And you can, like, fuel your shields for up to 21 days. So, effectively, you can be out the game for quite a bit of time because you don't have to pay your taxes as well for... Well, you get a 14-day grace period from when you pay the taxes, and you have 14 days for when you have to pay the next taxes. So theoretically, you've got about a month between when you've last paid to when you next have to pay before your base would be wiped out.
we got out just in time by the looks of it. So I'll show you what the market looks like as well, because when I looked at the market, and the market as well is better during the weekend, because generally people know more people are on the weekend, so normally you see an elevated amount of stuff on the market during the weekend. But yeah, when I looked last weekend, the market was dire, which isn't a good sign. It's a good sign if you're selling stuff, but then if people don't expect stuff to be up there, then people aren't going to buy either, so a little catch-22 in that sense. Then there's no one there to sell to either. It's even worse. So, I think all servers are going to be having this issue. So it's not just this server that this is continuing on. It's just generally because the player base is very heavily dropped off. Yeah, like there's not much. Actually, that's slight improvement on what it was like at the weekend. Someone's even selling Spice Milan. At a very cheap price, but there's only 10. Almost like selling silicon blocks for 4,000 or 5,000, and there's a person selling them 500. This is like infused spice dust, selling for 1,000. There was someone actually selling the thermal coolers for 6,000 a unit at the weekend. And I've actually got a store of them as well, so I was like, that's good. They're going that expensive. Although there was until I took the market over and effectively undercut them by half. And then obviously got ourselves up to 8 million before we not 9 million actually, Solari, until we used it in order to buy all of the spice sand that we needed in order to, well, not spice sand, the actual spice melange that we needed, so that we could then build our big spice refinery and then start to effectively or efficiently make spice melange ourselves. Which is why we started doing these like runs that I've just done now today. But yeah, pretty interesting, I guess. So we've literally spent less than an hour doing that run, because we started doing it at 7, pretty much went off and did that straight away, and it's only 8 minutes past 8 now. So yeah, spent about an hour doing that. As you can see there, the market is not hugely bad, but also, well, actually it is really bad. Like, this is literally all that's there from components. There was not that much from the refinery sources, or that tends to always be a bit less anyway. I'm quite surprised there's anything for fuel, but whatever. Well, you can buy an arse corpse for 20,000 Solari. Yeah. And why are you going to buy it? There's always someone trying to sell something, but that's funny. I wonder if they actually do sell them, whether that is a market. That seems expensive though, for a body. I suppose there's always someone that's super lazy that can't bother doing it.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris?
Neither. I want to access my thing. So you've got tons of these. These are the ones that are being sold on the market at the moment for 1,000. But that's way too cheap for these. You can sell these for about 5,000 a unit. Well, you used to be able to. And that's when the market was like healthy. So now, I suppose there does need to be someone that's buying them, but I still think 1,000's too low. Anyone that sees that will probably jump at it. So we've got them. Oh, you can't access the helicopter from here, can you? That's one thing I would like them to change. Because normally, if you're in your own base, you can select anything that, like any of the sort of vehicles that you've got in your base by just like selecting here, and then you'd have to drop down and say how to select it. They should have the option here that while you can send stuff to your helicopter, if you come to this part, you should also be able to select stuff from it, so you can access it from here. It's really annoying that you can't do that. As you can tell, I only get stuff from it because I've got loads more of those thermal things in there. I do have actually thermal things somewhere else. I think they're in my main base. I've got about 300 to 400 of them. So it would be good to get them on the market and sell them based on what I've seen at the weekend. Probably not. I think what I'll do now is I'll just deposit the money that I've got.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit, or how much Solaris would you like to deposit?
Deposit it all, please. So we did also get some missions, and we got a mission from the woman that likes to call us Kitten. Hey, Kitten. It's really quite annoying. It's like one of those like frustrating things. Is like, will you stop calling me Kitten? But yeah, she still calls us Kitten. We did get some missions from her, so I think we'll go and do those missions, which I think are Haggard Basin. So what I want to do is I'll go back to the base, drop off some of the stuff that we've got in our helicopter on us, because I don't really want to keep taking that stuff back to the deep desert, because it just means I'm having to bring it back to the base at some point anyway. So yeah, we'll drop that stuff off. Actually, one thing I do want to do, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do, but I would like to sell the capacitor thing, the blue things that I don't normally sell. I've got far too many of. You can sell them to this NPC here. She likes to buy them off you.
Ah, you're back.
I'm not sure if I can access my ornithopter from here. Pretty sure I can't. But we can sell what we've got on us physically, I guess. So you get 1,000 Solari, which isn't bad. Like at the end, I'm picking them up anyway. So, and as long as you keep the ornithopter outside, then you're not being plagued by the amount of capacity it's using up. All the other stuff, it's not worth selling. Like, you don't get that much Solari for it, and I actually find the other stuff useful. Unlike those capacitor things that are literally just they're not a waste, because they obviously have a use, but you just get far too many of them. Not being able to have a real use for them other than selling them to an NPC, other than when you're building tier 6 stuff and you actually have a little bit of need, but still nowhere near as much as you can gather, so still end up with far too many. And that's the thing I find most annoying about it. I think the music stopped, so I might just change what track we've got. Bit more funky music. I'm actually surprised as well. Like, although I didn't get kicked a huge amount, or at least dropped out of the game a huge amount, I did find it was like every hour or two. Although I suppose we've only been an hour, so. And I literally just joined the stream just before actually going live, so I suppose we haven't been in the game an hour yet. We might be cutting close to when we might get booted, or at least experience the issue that seems to get us removed from the game. lights. I do love the graphics in this game, they are very good. One thing they are changing for the next patch as well is when you're out in the deep desert, they're changing these distances of where things kind of render in. Kind of with, I don't know, I've got mixed, or some reserved feelings about it, because from what I've seen of a review of it, because I haven't obviously had a chance to go in a test server myself to have a look at it, but yeah, it's a bit sketchy. And I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I like the way it is now, where you're kind of like invisible to anything, but also anyone attacking you is kind of invisible as well, in the sense like you'll only see them as they're probably, well, you probably see the rockets before you see them. In the current way it works, where in the new way it works, you'll see them from like really far away, but they'll also be able to see you, or they'll be able to see your vehicle if you've recently been in it. But that's the problem. Once you get out of the vehicle, they shouldn't be able to see the vehicle. However, in the kind of mechanic on the test server, when you get out of the vehicle, you can still see it for a short period after, so a minute or two. Now, yeah, that kind of gives away that someone's at a spice field if you see an helicopter there, and then you know to go towards it. There's obviously ways that you can do that already right now, actually. And yeah, I'm gonna have to step up here. And one of those ways is by just looking at the spice field. If you start to see it kind of purple with lines through it, then that's an obvious sign that someone's either on there right now or has been on there. So it's an indicator. So if you were attacking, it gives you some sort of like way of knowing like whether there's possibly someone there. Slightly different, but obviously it gives you as a defender a bit more chance, because the person will be coming in knowing that they're going to attack, they still won't know exactly where you are, or if there is definitely someone there. Where if they obviously see your helicopter from miles away, then they know exactly where you are. So yeah, I'm not sure whether like the current these new mechanics that will be coming in or not. The reason why I'm putting this stuff in here, actually, we'll learn them actually. Yeah, I'm going to put all the stuff in that I'm going to repair. I'm not going to do that now on stream, because of the obvious. Stream that I'm using an exploit is not the best thing to be doing. But we'll fix these later. The rest of the stuff that we don't fix is the stuff I'll take downstairs, and this stuff we'll learn now, because yeah, I realised a long time ago that trying to sell these on the market is just a waste of time. Let's just use them. Those we'll take upstairs. I just forgot to put them down. I think we can use that there. We'll keep these. Like, we can sell these, but I don't see the point. Unless I'm trying to get a huge amount of money fast, then we'll keep them for when we're doing our own build. At least until we get an excessive amount. I think I've actually got at least in here.
pretty sure I deposited your salary, but I'm guessing that's from the vendor and all that other stuff. I think pretty sure I have like a box that has these in. Yeah, this is the one. I will use them one day, which is why I'm storing them. One day when I'm doing something that requires me to heal a lot, that's when they'll be needed. I'll put these batteries in the wall. Actually, well, hold on to them. Just realised that I actually wanted to take them to the deep desert, because I do actually want them to the deep desert. Main ornithopter, what have I got in here? Oh yes, we've got them. These. This can go here, because that I'll need to get repaired. That. These stay in the ornithopter, I guess. And that can stay in the ornithopter. That we need to do downstairs. I was trying to avoid going downstairs, but now I've realised that yeah, I do need to drop them downstairs. I don't want them stored in that box. Oh, you've also noticed, yeah, you can name you can actually name your stuff now. So much better being able to name stuff so you know which actually ornithopter or other vehicle that you're actually trying to do when you've got several of them. Only once did I find that I actually did it, because I just remembered which order they fall in. They generally will do it in build order, I found, but there, because in future at some point I'll keep storing stuff here, and then I'll do a run that just specifically takes those items to Haku village. Hi Friendzella, how you doing my friend? Sorry for only just noticing your messages. Been rather distracted. And there is a slight delay also with messages coming through. I do need to work out why my multi-chat monitor brings through the messages so slowly. But I apologise for that. Hopefully you're having a good day. I actually do have the chat up on my iPad, but I didn't think of actually keeping hold of them for the actual chat so I can monitor the chat easier. But yes, I confused then, because I was like, why is the chat showing on the wrong screen? Because on my multi-chat it says it's coming from a different stream, but then I realised that I was looking at the wrong one, and it was actually coming from the stream instead it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go off to now, and we'll go and do one of the challenges, or one of the places we now need to do for our kitten person, I can't even remember what her name is. Effectively, we're doing this for the Baron, or at least the guy, the spooky guy that we do those like assassin missions for. And the mission is literally straight ahead of us. It's that purple thing. If you look at the top HUD, just up there. You need to remember to bring out radiation suit as well, because there is one place I've been to that's part of all these new missions, and it's basically a radiated zone where you're going into, because you're going into like a shipwreck, but the shipwreck is literally like heavily contaminated with like radiation, so I couldn't really spend much time in there, which prevented me from being able to do the mission. Let's go lower. Burning fuel. I built the weirdest place there. Like built a hangar for it standing. Oh, I've just realised as well I haven't got any water today. Need to remember to fill up water when I'm next at the base. What am I going to do? Yeah, look at the map. Because... yeah, that's weird. That's definitely shown like 4,000 on the way. No goals to and that's it. Maybe quite some partners being happy. Tell you what, that was confusing. I was like, I'm sure it's like right here. It's like suddenly went past it and then realised that yeah. Where are we going? Where did that lead? Here. I've not watched any walkthroughs of this or anything, so you'll be seeing what I see in the sense of like I'm not familiar with it, so I have no idea what to expect other than it's an NPC area, and there's probably things I need to kill. Just as like get the gun out, ready. One shot. What? It's like they dead. I'm pretty sure like unless there's someone that's just literally jumped in the exact same spot as the last person inside it. Which is possible. You're not going to fire at me or run at me or do anything, you're just going to stand there. Mexican standoff. Shield on in a minute.
put up someone's helmet then. It's not just like another object. Picking up. Look, there's nothing worth picking up. I'll pick it up. Look. Picking up the secret.
Eyes on hostile.
Only loot. Oh my god, 3 of them.
Enemy found. You're not leaving here alive.
Well, I just used the AoE version of my stun, but unfortunately I only grabbed one of them. Just need to wait for it to cool down, I think.
Here.
God, he's hiding.
Target found.
Oh my god, how many of them? It's just like police just spawned them to death. Just killed 2 of them. There's like now 4. I'm out, like, Damina's not doing too well.
Eyes on target.
Like, I've got something to literally just like, I didn't want it to press.
Get up!
Need to move out the way.
Got it!
Oh my god, like, these things just want to keep spawning. How far away? They normally will break off at some point. These do not seem to want to break off. I'm also concerned that unless they overheated.
Interlopar.
I'm gonna break off now. It's like there's no way they can get to where I am. So there's wonder if they are still around. I can't see them running back which is either because they've not rendered in or they're still down there and I just can't see them because of the render distance. What to do? Well, I need to get down, and I also need to get some water, so I think we need to go and get some water in the base. Probably faster to go up than it is down. Get the shade. Get our fallen copper out. Dodgiest setup ever. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to the base. Back in the way. That buggy thing. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Killed literally 2 of the what I call the stabbers, but they're actually referred to in game by game people who play the game a lot. Not chasers. Rushers, that's what they're called. However, I've never seen, like, they seem to literally, when I killed 2 of them, it seemed to like double them, because then even more came out than what was there. It's like, there can't surely be that many rushers in that area. Like, you kill one and they duplicate, but they didn't just come back by one. It's like, oh no, you've got 2 of them to kill. The one that you killed. The worm. See, I wouldn't be so worried about dying if it wasn't for the fact that worms in this game literally will wipe you out. With anything that you're carrying, will literally eat it all. And if you've got good gear or armor or anything like that on, that means that you lose it. Literally will wipe it, not just damage it. It's a mechanic I don't mind. I just mind when it's like, when it's no fault of your own, you're flying along and you get disconnected, and then obviously you don't just despawn, so you'll end up being on the sand, and then a sandworm comes along and eats you. Awesome. Not a great result. Okay, let's go get some water. Luckily on each level I do actually have somewhere I can fill up. By design. Now I can have some water on the go. Okay, let's go back. Hopefully those things will whatever bug was doing, or maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Just get rushed by chasers, or by rushers. That is the way it's supposed to be. Wow. Like, the armor and stuff that I wear at the moment is not normal armor. It's pretty decent armor. It's like not quite tier 6, but it's certainly not far below it. So if I was finding it hard with what I've got on, okay, I'm out of practice, but I'm not that out of practice, I can't play the game. And that was definitely getting a bit overwhelming, if I'm honest. Like, those
those rushes literally, they were chasing me down. But listen, until I got up that cliff, they were literally all over me. I did think they were going to break off it for a little bit, because we ran far enough away where they should have broke. But they didn't. Might start from up here actually. Might be a bit easier. Do what I normally do. Back from above. He's firing at me. Those bloody rushes. Still locked on me. Ominous. Literally chucking what looks like rocket launchers at me. Spamming them as well. Their shields aren't usually that good. Normally 2 hits and they're dead. That is weird. Those ones will die. Oh, that's a grenade. Ooh, that guy was just about to throw them those rockets at me. Oh, it looks like this. You don't want to be coming to this area until you're actually pretty well kitted out. If you're like new to the game and you haven't yet got into the deep desert and you've got decent gear, you probably don't want to come here straight away. Unless you want to dial up. They are pretty hard around here. Well, at least they're throwing things. I've never seen NPCs throw like the rockets, if I'm honest, but wow, yeah, pretty lethal. And they seem to spawn a lot of things. Either these things respawn very fast. That's reach me from here. There is a lot of enemies around here. Oh my god, that flamethrower. That getting further away than I thought. Can't see him, although I can see obviously the... Oh, there he is. Just he dead. No, I seen someone down here. Someone was trying to shoot me from down here. I swear that felt like it came from over there. I was like, how did someone get up here? I think it's down there though. I think it's just the angle it came from. It looked like it was from behind, but I think it's just come from somewhere over there. Okay. See whether or not there's anything up here. Ooh, actually. I was expecting this to be an entrance in to the base, but it's not. good vantage point for you to come to and start figuring things out. Oh, you've got a good shield. Or armor. Or both. Just noticed that, yeah, normally you shouldn't be able to see over the edge like as easy as you can, but for some reason this, I don't know if it's just this corner, but this corner seems to be very good at being able to see over something that you don't normally see over down below you as easy when you've got like a raiding. Guy just not gonna die. Maybe it's a boss. Makes 0 sense. I wonder if it's because that, even though I'm looking like I'm hitting them, it could be like just maybe that corner thing is bugged. Maybe yeah, it's bugged. You can see and you can shoot and it looks like it's shooting, but for whatever reason it's not shooting through that. Either that or he just worded it down, but I've really got to think that's maybe a bit of a bug.
Eyes on enemy!
I didn't see probably tons of rushes. We've got the wristband for whatever we need that for. That guy was still expecting us to be above, I think. They're reacting NPC. Don't think there's anything in that I can pick up or need. Definitely do not want to be coming back here.
Someone here. What's that?
Like they think I'm still above them, but so far there's like nothing that we can pick up. Or chests or anything. Salvage. So far I've not been able to pick up anything else. I don't think we're going to get that much money. We aggro everything, that's why it was like so hard. Now it's just like empty because we've killed everything. There's some place that we got the wristband for.
After the pamphlet, I started asking questions like, who does this serve? And the answer kept coming back, it serves them, the nobility. And nobody burned brighter on that pyre than Phaedra Vi. Old money, old grudges. She won't ruin perfume. We drank and talked, pretended we weren't just ghosts. One night, I told her my worst secret, the one I can't say here. She didn't flinch. I asked her what that made me. A man, she said. A man with blood on his hands like the rest of us. You just don't wear gloves. Then one morning she showed up with real gloves, silk, elbow length. I knew she was hiding something. I gave her my worst sin like it was a love letter. She smiled, kissed me, then she asked for a confession. Not for her, for the Harkonnens. Said she needed money to buy back her family's heirloom. I laughed and asked if she was serious. Deadly, she said, and took another sip of her drink like it was just another Thursday.
Interesting playback.
Not sure you kind of really understood the narrative on it, but different content. The mission that we're actually on is we're actually trying to find what's going on with some murders that have been going on, which has started to scare the higher up, and they've thus contracted us to go out and try and investigate and find out who's or what is murdering everyone.
Shield on! Shields up!
Oh my god, they just literally, two of them just went out and they went. Oh, let's see how many come at us. Just see them coming through that door. We see a ton of them coming, we'll run. So don't fancy like taking on 5 of them again.
Shields up!
Pretty good.
Found you!
Go on.
Shoo! It'll all be over soon. Eyes on hostile!
Awkward. Not one of them. I'm not expecting that guy to be there. You wonder why I'm looking at him, just trying to keep an eye out on chat, because probably need to get an overlay or something that I can like get chat to go to. So overlays on the game without it streaming on the game, because you're not allowed to in Twitch. But it would be useful for me as well to see chat live easier without having to look away and stuff. Half the time I forget to look. So I'm not ignoring anyone, it's just purely down to whether or not I look and see stuff fast enough. There's another recording.
Hey sis, guess who? Just wanted to let you know I'm still alive. Listen, I stumbled into this group, the Sandflies they call themselves. Used to be spice workers, but they stuck it to their bosses. They gave me food, shelter, water even, for free. I felt guilty about it, so eventually I told them about how I was a slave on the run. These guys embraced me and said, "Welcome home." Can you believe that? Look, I know you're probably mad I ran away and left you behind, but I honestly didn't think I would last a week on the run. But now that I found the Sandflies, I think you should risk it too. My new friends tell me you'd be welcome. Miss you, sis.
I think we've done everything we need to do here. Doesn't look like there's anything else left to do, so I'll see if I can remote finish the mission to see if we get a continuation of it.
which one it is. It'd be, well, it'll be one of the ones not in this, I think. Returns to investigate. Yes, I think this is literally what we've just gone through. So we now need to return to our I think we need to go back to tours. At least for that one. Count period. So this is definitely the right line. Studying gave us the location of the workshop in the Eastern Road Village. After convening with her murdered the fire. Yeah, so this is about the murder. So this will be the one we need to do. So we'll go back to Aachen and yeah, go speak to Taurus, I guess. Drop it here or something. Oh, that's because we haven't actually put it in. Totally forgot. You know what? I thought because last time I did actually store it, but I totally forgot that we actually didn't store it this time, did we? And we actually left it up at the top where we initially came in. Someone's going to say to me, why did you not use your grappling hook? I totally forgot I even had a grappling hook until literally just this moment ago when I just thought, why didn't I just use the grappling hook to get up then? What can I say? I am out of practice. Oh, douche. Trying to get to the shield wall because then we can get out up here and go where we need to. There's the village, there's the thing. To the home of the Atreides.
upload. At least I know it hasn't crashed, because in the top bottom right hand corner that's your indicator, and if that's still flashing and doing its little loading kind of animation, then it's a sign that it's still actually doing something. We need to go. Oh right, yeah, that corner. We're going back to our contact, who is effectively the person who's like in charge of actually the investigation. But as usual, we got conned into having to go out and do the hard work while he just sits there and takes the praise probably at the end. You know, it's the normal way it goes. Get the grunt to do the work, and then they take the praise. And get to it up there. I kind of should have got to it down the bottom. For some reason I thought I was way further away than it is. I'm on the wrong side. They're on the other side. Same area, like same on here, but literally on the other side there. Here's our contact.
You've been to the workshop. Did our engineer leave anything behind besides regrets?
I've been to Los workshop, killed my way through.
Well, you're still alive, so I assume the greeting committee took it poorly. What did you find?
I found a detailed engineering choreograph.
What kind of annotations?
The margins filled with notes, fault lines, and resonance.
Margin notes. Maybe a move, maybe a distraction. In Keops, not everything on the board is meant to be played.
I reviewed the diary entry. He references a woman named
Phaedra Vi. Now there's a name from the past. Didn't realize she was still drawing breath.
You know her? A relationship sound around?
Complicated. Phaedra Vi is a man-eater. She doesn't flirt, she hunts. And when she sets her sights, the ending is never in doubt.
So she's an assassin.
I knew men, smart ones who thought they were the exception, that they could handle her. They're not around to argue the point. Of course she was. Phaedra always knew how to pull a thread, until the whole man came undone.
Liv confessed something to her. Something big, and she used it to tighten the screws.
You want answers? Go see Phaedra Vi. You'll find her apartment in the upper central plaza. Watch your step.
Phaedra Vi, eh? It continues. So they might be... Oh, they are here. I suppose we didn't really need to put a marker there, because we've seen them on the map anyway, but I'll put a marker down. Why not? Phaedra Vi, are you Phaedra Vi? No. Are you Phaedra Vi? Oh, there must be near. Phaedra Vi's apartment. Oh, you need to... it mentioned something about you're allowed to scan here. I don't think I've got the scanner on me anymore. I think I've removed it. I don't want to carry stuff that where if I die, it damages it. Probably need to go back and get a scanner.
Although to be fair, last time I actually came, when I first started this mission off, it said it suggested a scanner, so I went all the way out to get a scanner just to find out I actually didn't need a scanner. Could have just done it part of the scanner. With the blackmail thing. Found that. Trophy delivered to her shows the gratitude of remarkable philanthropic efforts towards rebuilding Arakim. Barakim, see? That's anything there. Nothing on there. Oh, there's another recording.
They think it's a tribute. A grand revival. I'm hosting it after all. Who better? The same fools who couldn't spell Genusian if I bled it onto parchment, dressing up the corpse of old Carthage in borrowed silks like that makes it breathe again. But that night, it wasn't a party. It was the last time the world bent around me. I ruled it for a single night, and nothing that came after ever mattered. Now they wear the masks. They mouth the toasts. They pretend they remember. It's not nostalgia. It's taxidermy. Still, if the ghosts are coming, I'll be waiting at the door.
Interesting. I just paused the music because in a very exciting part of the music, in the sense of like it's very loud, and I actually wanted to hear what she was saying. It looks like there's nothing else there. I was actually expecting someone to be in there. Just explore and literally investigate a room, I guess. Try and find evidence or whatever. We are coming towards the end of the stream. I just want to get to a point where we don't really need to do any more chasing around here, and it sends us back out into the main world, and then we'll cut the stream at that point. But we'll just try and see how much we need to do in this area, get to that point, and then we'll park it until next time we stream, which will be on Tuesday. So I won't do any more of this timeline until Tuesday, and then we'll pick up where I left off today. Assuming this actually loads, because this load screen seems to be really long. It does not normally this long to enter the main villages, but for some reason today Arakim seems to be very long for the loading screen. Apple's gone. I'm assuming I can just go back to our contact. Tell him what I've learned.
Did you see Phaedra? I assume you found a trail to where she's hiding.
Nothing useful.
Go back. Either you missed something, or she left it for someone smarter.
Oh, you fucking cheeky little fucker.
Did you see Phaedra?
Hate smart Alex like that.
I assume you found a trail to where she's hiding. Could be something, could be nothing. It could be a waste of time. Either way, see her.
I found her drink stash. Looks like she paid for
Yes, the missing piece of the puzzle. I'll be sure to include it in her obituary.
So is that it then? I don't need to do anything else here. Search the apartment. Oh, so there is still something to search the apartment. Clues and whereabouts. Got a feeling I'm going to need that scanner. Because we went through that. Like, there's a small chance that there might be something in there. I think I just need to go and get a scanner. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to park it here right now. And we'll pick this back up on next Tuesday. I'll come back with a scanner. And then we'll scan the apartment to find out. I'll try and find what we missed. I've got a feeling there's actually something hidden. Until we have the scanner, we're not going to be able to see it. So, yeah, we'll leave it there. And we'll cut back again next week. So, thank you very much for joining us today. If you do love the content, then do consider subscribing. And you'll be notified the next time we go live. Apart from that, tonight, thank you very much. And I will see you again tomorrow for those people that want to come and join us on the GTA run. Good evening and good night. For some reason, it's pressed the wrong button. I think I've got the wrong thing set up.